I've got to hop off.
All right, what is up? We are live. Despite the odds, the Race Brain fam is finding a way to bring one of the most important episodes to you, our loyal listeners, and that is the Phoenix Elite 15 draft. Spectrum is doing some like earthwork, like
Xfinity.
Xfinity is doing some work in Colorado Springs. Jack is going to not have internet when we're trying to record this. We're making BK record on a Sunday. Greenland decided that they were actually going to issue the first strike and give us their weather, which is impacting all of us, which is why, we're just, fam, we're floundering out here. But today we're drafting, which means only one thing. The now 39th fastest high school girls track athlete in the state of Wisconsin. Bracken Crocker joins us back from a long hiatus on Race Brain. And Michelle Navarro, she's trying to get into that Elite 15 regional race in DC. Will she improve her time in Phoenix? My money says yes. And the stats man, Jack Bauer, he's been working overtime on percent of winner. How we doing, gang?
Hanging in there, Matt. Sunday I literally can't go anywhere because there's at least 7 inches of snow so
can't
far.
Go anywhere.
We're gonna get at least a foot over here in Jersey.
Well, I'm torn, to be honest, Matt, because part of me is super nostalgic. I don't think we've had soil issues since the OG Race Brain, and here we are with Jack's soil issues. But at the same time, I don't want to go so far as to call collusion, but certainly conflict of interest. I want to push a motion that if Michelle does well in this draft, that her results are null and void, because I think it's a conflict of interest to draft for an event you are attending and racing and hoping for a personal benefit out of. I don't think it should be allowed. I think Michelle should be out, and I vote already to get rid of her results.
Bracken is nervous that I'm going to win.
Yeah, yes, he should be. BK, I've got a question for you. We can't go too long on this because Jack's got a hard stop and we have to draft. But when people think of Race Brain, they think of Bracken Crocker. And so it would be...
That's what you're going with?
Of course. They think of... I still think
Bracken's
that they think,
yeah, nice.
When people think of Race Brain, they don't... I know, with all due respect to Michelle and myself, they don't think of me and Michelle. They think of Bracken Crocker, Jack Bauer, Rich Ryan, as it should be, the OGs. And for the longtime loyal listeners, Kirk DeWitt. I made this point to Jack. Jack actually figured out that he's been talking about percent of winner since 2016 with you, going back to OCR. And your co-host on the Running Public, Kurt DeWitt, came up with the phrase compromised running. Bracken, I don't know if you saw, percent of winner is now part of the calculus of the new HYROX Elite 15 ranking system.
Yeah. How
does it feel to know that you have that kind of sway and power, that you were a part of something that now brought us to where we are today?
I go back and forth on that as well, because I want to take credit for both things, but I did neither. I had a way worse term for compromised running, and Kirk fixed it. And now we even have like pro coaches and athletes debating whether or not compromised running is even a thing. We put that out there, but really it was him. And I gave Jack a platform to mock him for percent of winner endlessly. And now it's a thing, but I really haven't contributed.
Some say you did though. Because your ribbing of Jack over percent of winner through the years gave it a life of its own.
I didn't back down. No matter what, I was making sure percent of winner lived forever, and look where it is.
Yeah, I'm just starting to feel like a little fish suction onto the bottom of a great white, thinking that I was king of the seas, and that's why everyone is like staying out of my way. And it turns out I'm just in the shadow of a much bigger entity.
I don't
Bracken's
know.
Bracken's not the best at naming stuff. He couldn't name compromised running. He
Oh,
certainly
have we-
couldn't. He
Have we
certainly
forgot
couldn't
about
name his
Bauer's
own
objective
podcast.
obstacle-based system?
You're good at that naming one, yeah. But yeah, KB Corral. I was referencing that. That was
KB
not.
BK, give us your
headlighting.
thoughts. Give us your quick thoughts overall on the system.
Oh, I think this system it's a victim of its predecessors. We are at this point just programmed to pick holes in race organizations updates. It's so much better than what we started with. It's not perfect, but we're to the point with a global sport. I don't know how to make it perfect. It just has to be a thing. And then we all just have to abide by it. And then you get used to it. It's like, there are 9 minutes left in the 24 hours of Daytona right now. That is what I'm skipping for this. And it's a nonsensical format. And Braden and I are watching this, talking about how if you came up with this proposition now, it wouldn't fly. But it's just been a thing and people have accepted it. And now they just adapt and roll with it. And that's kind of how this is. Like, the system's great. It's not what we would have asked for, I don't think, but it's so much better than what we probably could have hoped for 3 years ago.
I think that's fair. All right. We are drafting today. I'm going to get the wheel of names ready. But before I do, I'm going to give a couple caveats. We are drafting based on present information as of today, January 25th, 2026. These are the people that we believe to be racing based off of the HYROX Elite 15 singles guide. HYROX has not made any official announcements on Instagram, so we'll have to wait and see if we are ultimately correct. I'm just going to give them an order how they have them on the screen. So your top 15 men that we will be drafting: Bo Wills, Alan Plow, Louis Osselet, Charlie Bottrell, Josh Van Zeelen, Luke Greer, Cole Learn, Rich Ryan, Tomasz Tverdik, Sean Noble, Emilio Aguayo, Dylan Scott, Jonathan Wynn, Alexander Ronkovich, and James Kelly. You will note that Hunter McIntyre was in this race and has pulled out. On the women's side, Lauren Stockley, Gabriella Marotti, Charlie Sherrill, Ellie Stenfors, Manuela Garcia, Lena Pooters, Gabrielle Nakora Baker, Melanie Marr, Jess Petro, Seika Arning, Emily Dahman, Vivian Tafudo, Joanna Wetrick, Lauren Weeks, and Linda Meyer. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the wheel of names.
As we do, have we recapped the results of the last draft? Who won that one?
I don't know.
I think you won, Jack.
I mean, I'm totally fine going over that again, Bracken. So in last place, Matt with 50, Michelle 28.
Yeah, we've already done this, but fine, whatever.
25 points for Bracken, and I whooped everybody with 18. So thank you for giving me my flowers again.
Thanks, Bracken, for making us do this again.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
50 though, that was 55-0 for
5-0.
Goodness.
Yeah.
So what percent of winner is that?
Like,
all right, BK, this is my show. We're done with this. All right, God bless.
Is it your show, Matt?
This is bogus.
Ball don't lie, Matt Mason. Ball don't lie.
Why do you take it, BK?
Yeah, I'm gonna take number 1 overall.
All right. Collusion. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
This is absolutely bullshit.
Give me that 3.
Ooh, okay. Wasn't expecting that.
No.
Two spot, please.
Every time.
I hate my life.
4 is good in this draft. I think 4 is really good.
Yeah.
Matt drafted 4th last time. This is
I
actually
drafted 4th last time. This is the same exact.
order.
Yeah, the same order. All right, Jack. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. So I was having a Google Drive issue. We're not gonna have our fancy screen share that we had last time, but it'll be good enough.
All right. We, just as a reminder for everybody, we do cross-country scoring here. You have to have 3 men, 3 women, 1 wild card. That means, yes, BK can draft his mortal enemy, Chris Rogloski. We'll see if he does. BK, you're up first on the clock. Who you taking?
Well, I had this position last time, and I chose Joanna, and she did not disappoint. And if 1 is good, more is better. I'm sticking with this until someone displaces her. I think she is shocking. It is shocking to say this. I think she's the surest thing in the sport right now, which is shocking to say.
She's not going to do
weeks.
She's not going to do worse than second. And then we say that, and then something crazy is going to happen. But
right, we can only go off past history.
I mean, she was number 1 in the power rankings. She has looked like the best athlete on the course all year. It doesn't matter what continent you're on. she's coming to North America. I still think she's the heavy favorite based on what we've seen all season.
She's scary.
I mean, what? She's
On feet.
3-0 against Lauren in the last 3 times they've lined up.
The
that
thing that's scary about her is she has that characteristic that the great upstart needs is they have to have a skill set that nullifies the previous greatest skill set. Like we've seen that with Tim and Hunter. Tim can just survive Hunter's crazy start. Joanna can go blow for blow with Lauren early. They both have that thing, same as each other, that they can just absorb the thing that makes the other person the GOAT. And then they can push after that. And so what do you really do with that? I don't know. I don't know how I would solve the Joanna puzzle if I were in this field. And so I can't not pick her.
She's the one to beat.
She's the one to beat. Yeah, I don't think there's much else we need to say on this. I mean, she's at the top of the game right now. You can't go wrong. All right,
I'd like to
Michelle.
thank the Wheel of Names.
All right. Give me Alexander Ronovich, please. World record holder. He's the one to beat also, I would say. So I'm going to pick him. I don't believe we saw him at the, Vegas major last year. So I'm excited that he's coming over. And we're going to get another battle between him and Dylan. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, we haven't seen Ronk race since Hamburg. At any capacity. He raced. Yeah, it wasn't great. He raced solo, obviously, and then he raced doubles with Tim Vinesh. Since then, he has not done any regional races. He has not done doubles. He's not gone after the open world record. He has not done anything. But the one thing that we do know about Ronk is he's not going to show up if he's not ready. And the only time that he's missed a podium in an elite race, Jack, is Worlds last year?
He missed it in 2023 Chicago, and he was also 6th in Hong Kong.
No,
And 8th in Chicago.
2023 Chicago, he finished 3rd behind Ryland and Kent. Oh,
Oh,
no,
he's
you didn't.
listed- he's
No,
listed
he
at
didn't.
4th.
He didn't. You're right. All right.
Yeah.
Jack, my bad.
He's the stats
bad.
man.
Yeah,
He is the stats man.
Matt, you're
Jack
off
just
today.
said-
Can't wait till you
Yeah.
pick people.
Jack just said, take that. Okay, here's what's weird, though. When you look at no, he didn't. High result is wrong. When you look
Yeah,
at
I thought he was 3rd, to be honest, but
Yeah, he
it
was
says-
3rd.
Yeah.
It says 4th, but it's wrong. Pelayo finished 4th in that race, but it was Kent, Shadeg, and then Ronkovich. So I don't know why it says that.
You know, there have been rumors that Jack is entirely Google Drive dependent, and I've been telling people that's not the case, but we're starting to see some validity to those claims.
Yeah.
You just got outstatted by a guy who snowed in with a baby.
I think we
He's
both
not
messed up
sleeping.
on that one. Yeah. So my normal spreadsheet,
Oh,
what's going on with Google Drive,
no.
not
There
popping
were
up
two.
right.
Hold on a second.
I was talking Chicago.
We were both right. We were
Yeah.
both right, and we were both wrong. Jack
I'll take
is
it.
referring
Megiddo
to the Megiddo race where Sandy and Kent went out like banshees and took the field with them and blew everybody up, and then Megiddo and Dylan ate them all up.
What year is
Sandy
that?
actually, that was 2023. That
Early
was February.
Oh,
It was early
okay.
23.
So we were
Sandy
technically right.
actually-
2023 Chicago.
Yeah, we were both technically right and technically wrong.
Wrong. Yeah.
So,
All right. Both
Glad
right.
we settled that.
Yep. On the
Although
air.
that wasn't technically do we classify that as a major? That was the North American Championship.
I think November is when it started.
Yeah,
That we
so-
recognize it. But
So I was right though. Rock has never missed the podium on a major, just the World Championship race this past season.
no.
Anyway,
Hong Kong, you got 6th. We
Oh,
already
God.
said that.
Okay, we're off. I'm
Anyway,
not-
I would argue that race was stronger than Hong Kong.
All right, fair enough. All right, Michelle, anything you want to say about Rock other than being the world record holder?
I said he's the one to beat right now. So yeah, it would definitely be nice to see him race more, but based off of what we saw from him last, I feel like he's going to be right up there. So we shall see.
He is, and it is absurd that for the second draft in a row, Jack Bauer gets Lauren Weeks in the 3 spot. I mean, it's
Or do I?
Absolutely offensive.
I'm going Lauren Weeks, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, of course you are.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about proximity to your own bed. Phoenix, Las Vegas, that's a pretty close travel for her. And realistically, she's gotten second, third, and third in the past 3 big races: Melbourne, Hamburg, and Chicago World Championship. Yes, Joanna is still certainly the favorite right now, but this is Lauren Weeks. She's not finishing too far back. I guarantee you she's made some changes to her training. I thought she posted on Instagram that she was making some changes to her training, and I guarantee you that means she's been working on her sleds, because that was in the video that she posted. So I think she's going to have a nice rebound race right here. Doesn't necessarily mean that I think she'll beat Joanna, but Lauren's going to have a good race.
She's the GOAT for a reason. We said this in the power rankings 2 weeks ago. I think this is a big race for her. She may not, I mean, I think she views every race as a big race, but she may not see it the way. But I mean, from our perspective of, can she reestablish dominance, or are we seeing a changing of the guard? I would never bet against Lauren. So, Jack, good pick with that. I made some foolish choices last time. I am not making foolish choices again. Sometimes it is so obvious who to take that you just have to put their name down. Give me the raccoon. Double middle fingers to Jack Bauer. I want Dylan Scott. His stock is only going up. It is not going down. In that Hamburg race, he was neck and neck with Ronovich to the wall balls. He looked like one of the best athletes on the planet. The fact that Tim and Hunter are not there, or not going to be there racing, means I think that this is likely going to be a 2-horse race down to the finish line, similar to Hamburg. It's home soil. We know that Dylan historically raced, although he has proven that he can race overseas now. He also historically cleans up at these U.S. courses. We already talked about Chicago 2023. There was also the Washington, D.C. race. I think Dylan is proud to defend American turf. He won the Vegas race with basically the same, well, not the same field, but a lot of the same names last year. There's no indication that he would do anything worse than a podium spot. Does anybody disagree? BK is going to, because he loves to play devil's advocate. But
I disagree, but not with you. I disagree with Michelle. I actually believe Dylan's the man to beat. If he can go on a overseas trip and come to wall balls even with Ronk, with his historic overseas troubles, you put him on home soil, and I think he's up 30 seconds getting in there. I think we're done with the age of blowouts for the most part. If there is one, it could be this major. It's hard to blow out Ronk, but I think we see a gap this time. And that's no disrespect to Ronk. He's in conversation for GOAT, right? But I would want no part of Dylan this weekend. I think Dylan puts on a clinic here. And he was the only other person I was considering other than Joanna.
He looked so effortless in that major with Ronk too. So yeah.
He said something scary online or in an interview. I forget which one it was, but that he'd like to start making running a weapon. and that was a little scary to me, that he looks at his racing and sees, I think I can press the runs more than I have been. What do you do with Dylan if he runs faster? He's going to be a real issue.
I mean, that's definitely the separator.
You pray to God or whoever you believe in, because he's not going to fall apart on a lunge. He's not going to fall apart on a burpee. He was made for ergs. I mean, really, the only weakness in Dylan's game would be wall balls. But to your point, BK, if he can make the running a weapon and maintain the rest of the stations, it almost doesn't even matter.
He doesn't need that big of a gap on his wall balls.
Right.
He comes in next to someone who's better than him on wall balls, and yeah, it makes sense they're going to beat him on wall balls. But give him a head start on those, and I don't bet on the field catching them.
I just don't see a way where a guy like Alex, who's clearly the favorite with Dylan in this race, how he allows separation. I think that Alex is the type of athlete who just I'm going to put myself, on this person's shoulder because I know I can do 100 wall balls unbroken at the end of the race, no matter what. And he doesn't care how much it's going to hurt. He knows if he gets to wall balls with someone else, he's going to beat him there. So I just don't see a way where Dylan's going to create that big of a gap.
Yeah.
Except for he has.
Yeah.
Go ahead, BK.
Oh, the last thing about this, then I'll drop it. But we've seen that the 100 wall balls, no matter what rule, doesn't exist anymore. Like who are the guarantee? Who did we know could go 100 wall balls no matter what? Hunter, Lauren. And what have we seen happen recently? When you're taken to the brink, 100 wall balls aren't guaranteed. And we now have fields that are taking these goats to the brink. So I don't think that anyone can rely on I will go unbroken, because if Lauren didn't go unbroken when it mattered and when she needed to, no one can guarantee it.
Yeah, it's almost like these races are getting so fast. There's also just like an element, right, of like your central nervous system being overloaded. You can only handle so much. So it'll be interesting. All right, and then this one, not as much of a sure thing as Dylan, but I feel pretty good about it. Give me Vivian Tefudo. I am buying Vivian Tefudo stock. Last time we saw her race a major, she took second. She took down Lauren. She did not go to Melbourne. She was happy that she didn't have to do that. But then the last time that we've seen her race, she actually hopped in to doubles with Lauren, and they set a new world record on the women's pro doubles side. So Vivian can run. We've been waiting to see if she was going to break out. She has been a little bit up and down historically. I think we actually covered that in the last episode. However, if you look at her last 3 elite races, she took second in Hamburg. She was 7th at Worlds. She was 3rd in Glasgow. I think that her trajectory is on the up, and in this field where we've got a lot of first-time racers or inexperienced racers, I'm going to take the old grizzle vet.
Matt, you are not finishing last place this time. Good job so far. Yeah, I was actually considering picking Vivian instead of Lauren, but just given Lauren has shown that she has won, Vivian's been there, been on the podium, has beaten Lauren lately, but I just had to pick Lauren earlier, but Vivian easily could end up in second place in this race.
Can't wait to see her second major of the season. It was such an awesome first one. So looking for the best of the best from her in the home country.
I also feel confident that at worst case scenario, if she doesn't podium, I don't think, with my luck of what's happened is I pick these people that could podium, but they wind up finishing 13th, 14th, or 15th. I don't see that happening. I don't think she's putting a big, ugly number up for me. I think worst she does in this field is 6 to 7, Jack.
No, worst she does is 4th. This is Vivian.
But okay, fair.
You've mentioned it many times, so yeah.
No, this is the right call. And you're spot on. Her trajectory is just pointing up at the sky. What I'm interested to see is if she manages to beat Lauren, does she get the boot? Is she off the team?
Well, with the whole country rule, I think that it's very important to make sure that your partner lives in that home country for next season.
I meant off THE in general.
Oh.
What we haven't seen is anyone replicate this against Lauren other than Joanna
and Meg.
Yeah. But how many times has Meg beat Lauren back to back?
Oh, that's a teaser.
Joanna might be doing something unprecedented. So I don't want to get over my skis on that stat, but Vivian is going to need to enter a rare territory to get the best of Lauren twice. And I think it's possible, but it's really going to be dependent on how do Joanna and Lauren go at it early.
Meg has beat Lauren back to back in
Stockholm,
23,
Chicago,
24.
23.
She did. Yeah, she did. She did Chicago and Stockholm.
Full stop.
That's it.
That's it.
all
Yeah.
I've got.
Yeah. So if she pulls this off, I mean, she has left that chase group behind definitively.
Hard to argue.
Yep. All right. This is a very difficult spot because I feel as though there are now we're in kind of like the wild card boomer bust type of scenario right now.
This is very much
no,
this
we're
is
not
very
boomer.
much
no, not boomer
I don't
bust,
know.
but like
This
the
is gonna be
sure
very much-
things are off the
Yeah.
board.
BK, this is if you look at with respect to all the athletes participating, this is a very wild card heavy race on
Like
both
a
sides.
lot of
Race,
athletes-
yes, but there are 2 more picks, I think.
There are a couple
I
athletes.
see where my guy Jack's coming from. I see where he's coming
Yeah.
from.
What I'm saying is there are a bunch of athletes on here who have podiums in the past, but also have finished 10th in races. Like we just discussed, the athletes who have picked so far are not finishing 10th, 13th. Like that, the sure thing. That's what I'm getting at. But I was so impressed with what I saw for the first 97% of the race in Melbourne by Josh Van Zeeland. I got to pick him.
Oh my goodness.
He was 39 seconds ahead of Charlie once they reached the wall balls. 4 minutes and 56 seconds is not going to happen again. I guarantee you that is the only thing that Josh has been working on since that race. He's not going to just fall apart on wall balls. And 30-17 for his run plus rock split right there. 328 average. That was faster than Tim. That was faster than the whole field. That is some ridiculous running. I was getting flashbacks of Rylan, just a young Rylan, race style, aggressiveness, just fearlessness during the race. I was super impressed with what I saw with Josh.
Yeah, I've been chatting a little bit with his coach on Instagram, who also is a listener to the show. So if I mispronounce your name, please don't kill me. Just send me a Instagram and clarify. I believe it's Chris Byans. I don't think it's going to happen again. I just would be very surprised at the how methodical they are about training. I just would be stunned to see something like that happen. Multiple times. It can't, that's not to say it can't happen. It absolutely can. But I mean, BK, you're a coach of high level athletes in the space. I guess from your perspective, if you saw someone run a race like that and it literally came down to it was just that one thing, you probably have a pretty good idea of how to clean it up over a 45, 50 day period.
Yeah,
Or at least
and
tactics.
if it wasn't a point of emphasis, I think that and Farmer's Carry are the 2 quickest stations to improve.
He went 113 on his farmer's carry. He does not need to improve that.
No, I think BK's saying generally speaking.
Saying the 2 stations
okay.
you can improve the
Understand.
quickest if you have not had them as a point of emphasis are those 2. So I'm not saying he wasn't, but if he had a room to work on it, he can improve that very quickly. And he's clearly a stud. Like it's not like he struggles with movement patterns. It's not like he struggles with output. He's also big. Sure, the squat's going to punish him, but his release point's very high. He's going to be fine.
Yeah. I like this pick, Jack. I mean, the question would be, we haven't seen, at least I don't think, keep me honest, stats man, I don't think we've seen him race outside of APAC. So
Seoul. Well, that's APAC. And he did come to Chicago.
that's tough, Jack.
He got third.
How white of you, Jack?
Yeah. No, I was thinking Australia. But he did come to Chicago and he got third place overall out of all the age groups. So,
yeah. So good pick. Good pick. All right, Michelle, bring us back to sanity.
Alrighty. I'm gonna head over to the women. I'm in between 2, but I'm feeling very confident with Emily Dahmen. So please give me her. She had a really impressive just year overall last year, and just recently went under 60 for the first time. And I think that she's gonna come out to this major and come out swinging. So I'm ready.
She's back. She's back. She's not hurt anymore, like you said. I mean, how many women have gone sub 60, Jack? 6? Maybe 7?
It was very, very small list, 6 or 7.
Very small list. She's been here before. She's racing Elite 15. She's got that World Championship experience, which I think she got. What'd she get at Worlds? 5th? 6th?
6th place in Chicago.
I think it was, yeah.
61-11.
Yeah. Yeah, she's right there. It's a good pick, Michelle. All right. Oh, tough time for BK. Tough
The
time
mute button
for
is
BK.
working.
Man, he hit that mute button so fast. If you're not watching on YouTube, BK's
Stare
in
at that upper left corner.
Oh, I just aspirated saliva, I think. Oh, I almost died.
live on air. All right,
Good
BK.
pick, Michelle.
Now,
Oh,
now that
thanks.
you've
Took my breath
BK,
away.
now that you've reached enlightenment, who are you taking?
Well, as I reached this plane of light, it hit me. Do I not know something that everyone else knows here? And if that's true, I don't care. Give me James Kelly and Rich Ryan.
Mm.
I don't.
In that order, just so Rich knows.
No, I'm going to take Rich Ryan first. And then even though Jack tried to hide it by doing Kelly James, the only person last first on the list,
Oh,
I'm still taking
unintentional.
James Kelly. But
I think you can read.
good.
This isn't. It must be a J thing, like Yanka being hidden back in the day, and yeah.
Good golly, Miss Molly. Do we have some recency bias with James Kelly? No, you could look at it as a trend, but he had.
Well, hold on a
different
second. Hold on a
trend.
second. This is so ass backwards. You're taking Rich second, but you're going to immediately start talking about James.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
it's your picks. Go for it.
It's not backwards. We listed his name backwards. There are no rules to this anymore. James Kelly was on a heater like we haven't seen in a while. And there was talk of if he wins, where is his place? There was even a panelist here who's starting to vote him into crazy upper echelons during Okra's rankings. And Rich rightfully shot that guy down. And now he's on a bit of a cold patch and people are drafting him. I don't know. Like, I think we swing too far on him. James is an absolute stud and he's going to be just fine. So I'm taking him in the third round. That's huge. And Rich Ryan, my goodness, this is the most wide open field I've seen at a major for the men. And we are not choosing one of the men who has shown the ability to just get it done when it matters and race up at the front. Like, who's the front of this race?
Guy's got a lot of excuses right now, though. He's got him ready. He's got him ready. Calf, quad, baby.
There's
Carl
always a chance with a Rich Ryan type athlete who the type that does not want to leave any stone unturned, who will work, who is a hard charger, who is a thinker. If they sometimes have something pop up, sometimes they show up a little bit more fresh and a little bit more relaxed and just pop something. And I will not be shocked at all to see Rich finish top 2 in this race.
He's dialed in.
Now,
yeah, I think
Bracken,
I'll take. Oh, go ahead, Jack.
You've gone through the whole. I had a baby very close to a major race back in your Spartan days. How would you approach this if you're Rich? Like, what? There are clearly some unknowns. Just life changes for that.
I think if you're getting any amount of decent sleep, you have like you're at a reduction of sleep, and there is some, I don't know what their sleeping arrangements are, but there is some science that shows a testosterone drop with a young child in men. But at the same time, you now have a traveling superpower. Like, hotel beds don't matter anymore. Noisy neighbors don't matter anymore. Like, it's not worse than what I've had.
It's definitely not worse. Definitely not worse.
No, it's not worse. Suddenly you can travel and don't care about things impacting you. You're up till 2 a.m. the night before a race.
Sleep less. You could sleep less and still sleep better.
You sleep, yeah. So it's give and take, obviously, but the night before, the day before is nowhere near as stressful anymore once you have a kid.
Yeah, I would say on the Rich point, I think he's talked about this at length. It sounds like young Scotty is doing them some favors. She's at least in a routine and a rhythm. Rich is getting the same amount of sleep that he was getting before. It's just taking longer. So, he's talked about how he's been lucky enough that like he just stays in bed a little bit later, but he's got a bit more flexibility, but he's still getting good sleep and he's had good training. The thing that I actually like for Rich that I'm curious your all's thoughts on, I actually think that injuries could have been I shouldn't call them injuries. We call them niggles. I would say that could actually be a blessing in disguise for him. We have historically seen when these Elite 15 athletes where running has been a weapon, when they have to get off their feet and stop running and they have to translate that threshold volume over to machines, they come back monstrous.
Yeah,
like,
you're not wrong.
Like, I mean, I literally, I think of, Rylan was kind of the first one who, I think there was like a period where he couldn't really run for 6 weeks. So he put all of his stuff on all of his threshold on the Echo bike, which is what Rich had to do. And then Rylan came out and ran better in a HYROX than we've ever seen him run before. We've seen other athletes that when they've gotten hurt, they've switched everything over to the ergs or to the bikes, and then they come back monsters. Sinead just came back in Melbourne and ran better than she had run previously. And she had basically attributed it to all the time that she spent on the bike. Meg came back, ran 2 races. She put all of her volume on the bike. Rich had to put a lot of volume on the machines, but was still getting that work. I kind of like this for our boy.
There's definitely a trend to that for sure. You become so much more adaptable to any situation that you're put in. And I think that is the name of the game in HYROX training. How many different modalities do you have to do in this? When you're focused on just one way of training, I think it weakens you. So when you have to force yourself to learn how to adapt when you're injured or whatever, you become more well-rounded as an athlete. And I think with all of the people that you just mentioned, time and time again, we are seeing that be a reality. They just become stronger as an athlete overall.
Yeah. Just a quick tangent aside on that, BK, do you think that it's partly because a guy like Rich is not going to lose? He's one of the better runners in the field. So he's not going to lose his running ability in a month or 6 weeks. It might hurt a little bit more just because he got out of the rhythm. But do you think that the trade-off is worth it because what they're actually adapting or building there is muscular endurance? Like they all wind up coming back and stationing better too, which I wonder is a direct byproduct of working threshold in a different way. Does my question make sense?
Yeah, it does. And being a high school and college runner is a huge benefit, but it has some mental drawbacks with it. And one of those is that what it feels like and what it takes to be elite running fit. And it's really hard to shake that off and reframe what's required in a hybrid sport. Whereas the people who came up not running have a much different comprehension of what it takes to be fit for running for hybrid sports. And so he's forced to deload in a way he wouldn't normally his running, but there is no faking assault bike fitness or echo bike fitness. There's not. And so I think, what you're right with the muscular endurance piece. You just get back to the run, maybe a slightly worse runner, but also less fatigued off the stations than you normally would be. And so maybe your top end's a little less, but you're using a smaller percentage of it because you're less dinged up coming off of demanding stations. And I think that we are always overestimating how much we need to be track dialed in order to be fast for HYROX.
For sure.
I'm just looking at the field right now. Rich needs to get 6th to qualify for Worlds due to auto qualifiers. You got 3 people who already have a time in here. And I think historically, when he has raced to place instead of race to win, he's had a better performance. And I think he probably is telling himself like, hey, life's been a little difficult. New dad, had some injuries. I'm just going to try to make Worlds instead of I'm going to win this race. And that typically hasn't worked out in the past necessarily. So I think that he's actually in a good spot. Just start slow, work your way up. That's when we've seen the best Rich.
Yep.
All
And
right,
also Michelle rides for hers and she didn't today. And I thank her for that, for leaving Rich for me.
I figured I'd at least share the wealth here. So Bracken, that was a gift to you.
Thank you. All right, quick teaser, because I want to go back to this, to BK's point. Don't look it up. Everybody close your other screens. No looking it up. When was the last time, how many races has it been since James Kelly finished outside of the top 4 in an elite race, not Melbourne?
Oh, it was like last one.
Yeah, so outside of that one, how many races ago was it?
Was it when he got sixth at Worlds a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I would say like 2 years.
Yeah. It was not Worlds. It's a good guess, Jack.
2 races
it was
before Worlds.
when he got. It was the race before Nice when he got 7th at Washington D.C. After that, this is James Kelly in elite races. 3rd at Worlds in Nice, 2nd in Amsterdam, 1st in Hong Kong, 4th in Vegas, 1st in Glasgow, 4th at Chicago this last year, and 4th in Hamburg. So I think that BK is right. I think we likely have course corrected too far on JK. I think he also has been open on his social medias about, maybe riding the line a little too heavy into Melbourne and being more focused on rest and recovery since. We'll see if that pays off for him. But yeah, I mean, we're talking, everybody deserves everyone gets a blip. But that's what I think this is, a blip. I mean, he was dead and gone at Chicago Worlds. I mean, he was 14th or out of the sled pull, 15th out of the sled pull. It was actually last. He was last. It was 15th, and he finished 4th. I just would be shocked if that happens again.
He has that Lauren Weeks thing where he's going to race like first places on the line, any position he's in.
Sure. That's good picks. All right, Michelle.
All right. I'm going to go back to the men's side, and I'm going to take someone who basically took every opportunity to get his chance in the Elite 15, ended up doing very well in his first race, and I think he's going to do better this time. Give me Cole Learn.
Oh, that's not where I thought you were going. Wow.
Me either. I thought you were describing Charlie.
I thought she was describing Charlie too. I thought for sure she was taking Charlie.
Yeah, it was between the two of them, I would say. But I'm picking Cole this time because I think there's just that much more motivation to get his spot. And I just think he is a very impressive athlete, and I think he's going to do well again. So, yeah, I just think that he'll have a better day this time.
What's going to be interesting about this for me personally is he just changed coaches. I don't know if it was before Melbourne or if it was after, but he was working with Sandy, and now he's working with the same coach that Josh Van Zeelen and Marcus are working with, Chris Byens. And I kind of like that for him because we've seen this a few times now. These high-level athletes, they switch coaches and like they kind of get like an initial pop just from like switching it up. And he raced really well in Melbourne. He found out that he was going to Melbourne late. He had to travel for it. I like this pick, Michelle. And he, if you believe what people say online, he put out a story yesterday that his benchmark workout before an elite race, he hit numbers he's never hit before. So he's definitely fit. Jack, unless BK, you had a point to add. I saw you open your mouth.
Well, I was just going to make a comment that Marcus is kind of a coach slut at this point.
Debo,
no one defending him?
Hopper. No, I mean Marcus is a coach hopper for sure.
Okay.
All right. This has changed a lot of my approach. I was not expecting Michelle to do that.
You good, man?
Yeah.
You just said that so emphatically and directly, and no one came to poor Debo's.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I can't wait for him to hear this episode. Jack.
Okay. This is unbelievably challenging for me. I'm just a little nervous about. I can't believe I'm saying that he raced recently, but like Charlie Bottrill just raced in Manchester. And now he's going to fly across and do a race on a Thursday, but this is Charlie Bottrill.
This is a very Charlie thing.
That doesn't matter. That does not
I know. I've got to pick him. He showed that he can podium at a major.
100% you have to pick him.
It
doesn't make sense.
I know it makes no sense. And I'm usually like looking into the numbers, who hasn't raced a while, they might be peaking. Nope. Doesn't matter. He runs a 55.60 and beats the field by almost a minute in Manchester. Now he's going to fly not only transatlantic, but also transcontinental, because basically West Coast to get to Phoenix. It's not going to matter. Charlie's going to do what Charlie does.
It is. There's this thing, like, it happened to James, right? It can happen to anyone. it may not matter right now, but there are laws of nature that have to be respected. And I get what it took with Cole and Charlie to get to the show. You do what you got to do to get to the show, but he's in the show now. I don't want to question a pro athlete, right? But no one's immune to this type of racing. It does catch up eventually, and at this
You've been
point,
saying that about you've been saying that about Dylan Scott for years, and now Dylan is at the top.
Dylan doesn't race like this.
Yeah, Dylan's had a nice
fair.
2 month
All right,
stretch
you're right.
without
All right,
racing. That's
BK,
the longest ever.
BK, that's a good middle finger back to me. I'll take that.
No, it's just a ring finger back to you, not a full on. I don't know. It's
brush
like
back.
I don't want to question what got him here, but once you're here, like racing, right? Before a Thursday race, I don't know what the benefit is. You didn't need to. You didn't have to do it to qualify. You would think like this is your chance to punch your ticket. You take it.
How far out do you guys do your last hard workout before a race?
A week.
Yeah, like 7, 8 days.
5 to 9 days, depending. But like, there's a difference between a hard workout and a race. And maybe he wasn't racing all out.
Mhm.
But
With the 55-16, that's makes me feel good about picking him if he wasn't.
the difference between young or new to a sport athletes, new to the pro end, and vets is that when young athletes feel great, they lean into it. And when vets feel great, they protect it. And I think a little bit of protection for how good your fitness feels is sometimes needed to make sure that it arrives to world championships still feeling great.
Bracken, I don't remember.
I hope all the best for him. I really do, but it's not sustainable long term.
I don't remember if it was on Race Brain back in the day, but one time you said back in your Spartan days, you were just annihilating races, and you said, "I'm so fit, I have to take some time off right now."
It was actually Chad Trammell taught me.
Chad Trammell said that. Okay, but I know you might have been talking with him on that one, but that lesson you have to learn it the hard way.
Yeah, I've done it. Like this is me, being hypocritical. I've done it. He's doing it, and it's working out for him. But at the pro level, you got to play pro games.
I'm just riding the momentum for now.
He's so good though. Like there's no question. He's so good. I just want to see him be so good still at world championships.
Fair points. They're fair points.
I would have taken him ahead of Colo. All that being said,
You're just doing the opposite of what I would do today.
it seems like that. It's not my plan.
He took Rich. He would have taken Charlie. Yeah.
This one is very tough for me because if I was going to, I want to take back-to-back women here because I think that there are two people that are the obvious choice, but then I leave myself a wasteland with all due respect on the men's side.
That's not respect.
With all due respect,
Yeah.
I'm going to be disrespectful.
My team's going to be a dumpster fire in rounds 5, 6, and 7. With all due respect.
Well, but yeah, I'm on the snake. So look at what's going to wind up happening. Give me Linda Meyer. The fact that we're taking the reigning world champion, I think that this is also a little bit of recency bias, in my opinion. She did take 8th in Melbourne. She took 5th in Hamburg. But I think that 8 is an anomaly. Throughout Linda's career, she's not finishing outside the top 5. More times, 9 times out of 10, she's going to finish a top 5. This makes her the 5th female off the board. She's a reigning world champion. She has been posting about her running. Seems like she's gotten her running back. And I also just think the world champion coming into the 3rd major, having not locked up a spot at Worlds, I think that that's a certain level of motivation and a chip on her shoulder. I wouldn't be, or any of us going to be shocked if she winds up on this podium.
We see her do well towards the end of seasons anyway. So this is like on trend, I would say.
Since Nice 2024 World Championship, 5th, 12th, 3rd, 5th, 1st, 5th, 8th. So a lot of right around 5th. She's the 5th woman off the board. I feel like it's appropriate right now. This isn't Worlds. She's shown in the past that she knows how to peak at the right time. But yeah, I think it's crazy that she's still around. That was who I was torn between with Charlie, but I'm like, Charlie's done it this year. Linda's still kind of a mystery at the moment.
I'm also just of the belief that just throw out any bad result for anybody traveling to Australia that doesn't live in Australia. I'm okay with throwing that out because it's just such ridiculous travel. That who knows what kind of effect that had on someone. All right, so now I got to take a male athlete. Give me. I told myself I wasn't going to make the same mistakes over and over. I'm going to give me the newcomer, Luke Greer.
That's who I wanted.
Luke has been on a run this fall. So he had a tough race in Chicago with the 64-13. I don't know if that was actually, I guess I could click in and see. I bet it came down to the sleds. Yeah. Yeah. 4-minute push, 5.5, almost 6-minute pull. So that's your story right there. But outside of that, since then, this is what he has done at the pro on the pro races. Birmingham, he took sixth place with a 57.33. He won London first overall, 54.38, and then he took fourth in Stockholm with a 55.37. I think that he is on an upward trajectory. He's an impressive racer. He's young. Give me the upstart.
Yeah, and let's not forget about his running. He's a 29-49 10K guy.
It's pretty good. BK, yeah. How good is that? And how good is that for high school female track or cross country athletes? It's pretty good.
High school female. He's gonna make a podium. I mean, you run sub 30. I don't care what level you're at. That's really, really strong running.
14, 16, 5K.
To put it in perspective, the best runner, the scariest runner in the sport of obstacle course racing, which is like 95% running, Gregory Basilico ran like 30:02 or 30:01.
He's fast.
He's so what I hear you saying is, BK, with each race, he's going to get a little bit better and better.
I mean, he should. If he's faster than the fastest OCR guy, and we are afraid of the auto OCR guys running, and this, yeah. I mean, it's just unreal. This is next level running for this type of sport.
Yeah, who's the fastest road runner in the Elite 15 right now on the men's side?
Tim.
Probably Jake or Tim. Oh, I'm sorry, with Lucas' side, and I'm saying that he's faster.
Yeah,
so. Maybe Sean Noble at the moment.
But we're not talking 14 teen speed.
No. There are levels to this.
Are you making a joke, Jack? Because
I thought Sean Noble ran like a 71-minute half marathon, and I don't think that a lot of the others in the field have done that recently. Like right, lifetime,
well,
yes.
Because we're in the middle of a draft, I'm going to keep my comment to myself. Jack, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to have to go Jess Petro. Clinched her spot to Worlds last time. She's Joanna's training partner, runs sub 54 in doubles. But I think that just her performance in Melbourne, she looked like a new athlete, a confident athlete. And she's had very consistent results over the years, 4th, 6th, 9th, 7th, 8th, 6th. So she's typically around 6th to 7th place average overall. Her most recent time was 4th at majors. So I'd like where she's at in her fitness right now.
Let the record show that's who I was between on the Linda pick. So, yeah, Jess is steadily improving. She's definitely a full-time athlete now. I like the pick, Jack. I like the pick. Any thoughts on Jess, or are we going to move on to Michelle?
I think there's a level waiting for Jess, and I don't know when we're going to see it. Sometimes it takes a while when you go all in on the pro side. Sometimes it's immediate. Sometimes it's a little delayed. But there is a next level she's going to access. And it wouldn't shock me if it's this weekend.
Yeah, she's been super consistent. So I think it's coming as well.
I also feel like... go ahead, Michelle. Sorry.
No.
I was just going to say, I also feel like racing with Joanna has helped unlock a new level, because I think that there's something to be said about... like it builds a different set of beliefs, right? Like you can withstand pain. And not only can you withstand pain, you're not running what's it that you always like to say, like they're not running that fast. Right? Like Dawson says it all the time. Like we're not running that fast in a HYROX, but in a doubles, you are, and you're taking that pain. So that it's almost like it gives you a new level of confidence of like, I've hurt way worse than this.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree
So
with that.
I think it's been good for her. All right, Michelle.
All right. I will go back to the women. I was definitely considering Jess, but the other choice that I was between and who I will take now is Lena Putters. I think she had, a rough go in the Hamburg major. She was really up there, and I think she is looking for some redemption. So I think her motivation will be high heading into this race, and I think she'll do really well this time.
She should have
Jack.
finished fourth.
You say, Jack, I know you got stats. Hit us.
No, I was just looking at her run split, and she ran 32:03, which was faster by almost 15 seconds over Lauren Weeks, faster than Joanna. She was the best runner in that field, and all she has to do is count the right number of laps, and she would have had fourth place right there.
Yeah, she also followed it up with a 61:04 in Stuttgart, which it was good enough for second overall to the one Meg Jacoby. And actually, the thing I liked about that was that I think that was good experience for Lena. She was in the same wave. She ran hard. She stuck her nose in it. So although it wasn't an Elite 15 race, she got to race one of the world's best and put up a strong fight. So I like that for her. BK.
Well, I came into this saying I wanted Melanie Moore and Seika Arning. I think they're both due for bounce back races, and they're both sitting here. But I just can't shake this feeling that this is a John win race. Just feels like this is the race where John comes in and he closes it down and he's top 5. And so I'm taking Jonathan Wynn. And I think if I'm using the bounce back analogy, I'm taking the person who has farther to bounce back. So I'm actually taking Seika Arning. Melanie ran a little better, performed a little better in Melbourne, but I think Seika has to be looking at a qualification right now.
Yeah, I like the Win pick. I agree with you. This feels like a bounce back. My question for Win would be after Melbourne, he stayed in Australia, I think until last week. I think like a week ago today. Traveled back to Europe. And then now, either yesterday or today, is on the way to the US. I'm just wondering about the effects of that. Basically circling the globe in less than 2 weeks.
From a planning standpoint, it's not how I would draw it up. Much like Charlie Bottrell's week, it's not what I would draw up. It's just not. But I'd still pick both of them. I didn't get a chance to take Charlie. I'm taking Win. Some things in this hybrid space just defy logic, so I'm just hoping this is one of them.
There is no athlete who needs, there's no more auto qualifier next year. Jonathan Wynn has a free pass to race any race that he wants this year to try to make it to Worlds. Let's see him earn it.
And for the record, Nikora Baker is who I probably should take based on performance, but I just got a gut about.
Hey, we're whoa. We're still drafting here.
Breaking down my pick for you.
And
I want Gabrielle to know that she deserved to be picked here, but I just felt like Seika should go.
Okay, let's just keep talking about why someone should be picked, where they're picked. Bracken.
Like Michelle doesn't know? Michelle knows this woman.
I don't know. I thought for sure Michelle was going to pick Charlie Bottrell. She took Cole Learn.
That's
not
true.
a bad pick.
Always
Ryan,
keeping you guys on your toes.
I don't know what
Bracken,
Michelle's going to do.
We haven't talked about Seika Arning. Here's a stat that you're going to like because it's the time that this is going to happen. So 7th, 12th, 7th, 11th, 4th, 14th, 4, 12. So she alternates between low single digits or 4th or 7th and then double digits. Right now, she's either getting 4th or 7th if this trend continues. Dating all the way back to Stockholm 2023.
I'm up.
Yep.
All right. Give me Sean Noble.
Now Matt can finally share what he was going to share.
This is
I know he's
interesting,
injured.
but you said it. Yeah, you said it. You said it, and Jack's on it, so no take backseat. But this is an interesting pick. Let's hear it, Michelle.
He's just full of surprises, and
Yeah.
that's why. No, I mean, he just does well in the majors. He's gotten 4th and 6th, I think, in the past few. I don't know. I still believe in him, so I'm picking him here.
My question is, he was open about this. If he is to be believed, which why would you make this up? He had a grade 2 soleus calf tear when he got back to Dublin from Melbourne. I mean, I don't know how long a grade 2 tear takes to heal from. And now again, machines make monsters. So I just made this argument for one Rich Ryan, but a grade 2 calf tear sounds a lot worse than a little calf cramp. Rich. I'm just kidding.
Shots
5
fired.
to 7 weeks to be confident. Grade 2.
Yeah, it says 3 to 6 weeks. All right. I mean, this is 28 days. So, I mean, okay. All right. I'll take that.
I mean, it's a spectrum. Did it just qualify as grade 2, or is it like almost grade 3? But with what he's going to put into it, that's the thing, right? We're racing in carbon shoes. That amplifies the strain on that muscle. So it's a tough turnaround.
He does say, as a result, I can't run. So I'll be doing all my conditioning work off my feet until the race. Now, to Michelle's point, if there is anybody that I would put that I would say like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. He's kind of already done this before once, right?
Right.
Misremembering, there was a race that he like had messed up his something and couldn't run, and then showed up, and I think it was actually the Glasgow race. Yeah, remember he had that wild he had that freak accident where he broke his ankle in Vegas, and basically didn't run up until Glasgow, and then if it wasn't for HYROX doing HYROX things, he would have secured his qualifying spot.
Yeah.
All right, Michelle, you know what? Zig when people think you're going to zag. Jack.
All right. We talked about how Lena Putters had a very good performance against Meg head-to-head in Stuttgart. And there was a woman who finished 1 second behind her who also ran a 61.36 last weekend. Ellie Stenfers. I've been very impressed, and this is not going to be... she already has experience after getting 7th place in her debut major in Melbourne. I think she has a ton of potential. Nothing.
I don't know. Am I allowed to talk about other people?
100%. It's your show, Bracken. You can do whatever you want.
Thanks, man. Well, I talked about how Nakora Baker probably was the pick I should have made, and well, she finished 2 spots behind your pick. So I think it's a very valid pick to take.
Yeah, I mean, the list of athletes in Stuttgart, that was a very deep race. First, Meg, second, Lena, third, Ellie, and then Tanya, Melanie, Zara, Viola, Alice Schur. Like, we know these names on a first name basis, and she beat everybody there. And 7th place in your debut major, she clearly wasn't affected by the shining lights, and I'm really impressed. Back to back, Matt.
Yep. All right. I am going to choose to believe that Melbourne race was an anomaly, and I am going to take Gabrielle Nakora Baker. For a couple reasons. One, I mean, I try not to put too much stock into someone's first elite race. Who knows the moment, whatever else. But if you just look at her body of work in pro races going back to HYROX Brisbane last year, I mean, she's just kind of crushed it. She was on the she did well in Chicago. I'm like short circuiting right now. Then in Sydney, she took second in solos. Then in Perth, she also took second. Then she came over to the United States in Boston, which was a very tough course, ran a 60.54. She followed it up in Chicago with another 60.54. She did not have the race that she wanted in Melbourne. But I like her trajectory. And what I specifically like is that she's already come over to the States twice this season and put down a low time relative to the women's field. So that's why I like Gabrielle Nicora Baker. And then on the men's side, Jack, I'm really bad at quick math, but if I'm doing it right, this should be the 11th man off the board.
Correct.
All right. So then that means I'm going to take Bo Wills,
Who just got the call.
I have a question for you all. When has Bo Wills ever finished outside of the top 10 in an elite race? Don't look it up.
He's always like 7 through 9 historically.
Bo Wills has finished outside the top 10 one time. That was his very first Elite 15 race, Chicago 2023, where he finished 13th. He finished 9th in Melbourne. He finished 8th in Hamburg. He finished 9th in Chicago, and he finished 4th in Glasgow. I think he's fit right now. And this is with all due respect to the rest of the field. I think he's got a lot of experience. I also think he's someone who needs this race. We talked about no auto qualifiers anymore. He is on the outside looking in of the Elite 15. I just feel like this has the makings of a bounce back race for Bo, and I will take the experience of having done it before. Somebody tell me why I am wrong.
He's the right pick there.
Yeah, he's got the experience. So,
BK, you're probably saying something very intelligent, but we can't hear you.
Yeah, there's a snowblower going right outside my recording studio right now.
Oh, we can't hear it, so you're good.
Had that baby muted. The only counter, it's good. He's experienced. He's trustworthy. The stats don't lie, but Ploge just beat him by 2 spots in Melbourne. That's the only counter.
It's a good counter. And first off, so there's someone else out there calling him Plodge. It's Plo, right?
I thought it was ploy, or I feel like they've announced it as ploy on the live stream.
I don't know if I trust live stream pronunciations.
So then I have no idea.
Serious issues.
Yeah.
Alan P.
All right.
Alan P. That's what
Alan
we're going
P.
with. Yep. And he's peed off because he got dropped by his partner.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, Jack. Is that who you're gonna take?
I'm torn, but I think that he probably is the right move. Realistically, he has experience and yes, has a little bit of motivation to make sure that he clinches his spot to Worlds because his double spot got removed. So yes, give me Alan Plo. That's what I'm going with.
Or Ploy.
Or Ploy.
I like this pick. I think got a chip on his shoulder for sure, and he's been open about it. So he's gonna race angry. I like that.
When a guy like Dylan
run angry.
When a guy like Dylan Scott runs angry, it works out. I think Alan, it's gonna work out for him.
Yeah. All right, Michelle.
This is a toss-up for me. I think I'm gonna take a chance on someone who's doing this for the first time. Let's go. Yeah, let's go Charlie Searle.
Oh, sorry, I heard Charlie thinking Bottrell.
No.
Come on, Jack. Michelle's locked in.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, like we've seen, I guess 3 out of 4 names left in their elite. I don't believe we've seen Lauren Stockley, but sometimes it just works out and you get your first shot. You're super excited and you deliver. So I'm going to take a chance. And I think Charlie will hit it out of the park.
Since Worlds, she's run a 61.50, a 63.28, a 61.21, and she teamed up with Ollie Russell to run a 52.53. So
solid.
Quick.
And
quick.
She won. No, sorry, she got 3rd in London. So
yeah.
Good percent of winner there.
BK, once again, I'm sure that whatever you're saying is beautiful.
Can you pick it up now? You hear this?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm trying to keep you from. I'm gonna put my hand around it. Maybe it'll buffer it. Good pick, but you left me both women that I wanted to take, and I didn't even have to reach earlier on for Melanie. So give me Melanie Moore, who is also on the comeback train, and then Manuela Garcia Caparros. A, Jack should have taken her.
Good pick.
B, Matt should have taken her. He loves Spaniards. C,
Michelle should have taken her.
101.10, 101.11. It doesn't get more consistent than that. Both times faster than Charlie Searle. And I like both these picks because I made them.
I think they're good picks. All right, Michelle, your wild card.
Wild card. Let's go with Gabriella Moriarty. She's been doing well in doubles. She's got some experience in the Elite 15, so let's go with her.
I think that Tomasz Tverdik is being disrespected. He has he has a 4th place finish in Vienna. He got 5th place in Hamburg. He's coming over to the US. I think that he's going to overperform his draft slot. He was the only athlete who didn't get drafted in Hamburg also. On the men's side.
Really quick, I was going to ask this question, and I'm short-circuiting, so I'm actually going to triple back really quick to BK. BK, Melanie Maurer is an impressive athlete. She's a professional athlete outside of HYROX. Why do you think it is that we see such inconsistent performances in the Elite 15? Not knocking her, but she cleans up at these regional races from a time perspective and with pretty good competition in them, but doesn't seem to be able to replicate that same level of output on the elite stage.
This is a total guess because I have no inside information, but I would say it's because she has a sport outside of this. And so she has a super high level of fitness and probably a lower level of specificity than anyone else in the field. And so she can pop a race at any given time and do well, but she's not prioritizing her season to peak for these events. And so the disparity in race preparation for a major amongst everyone else and her is probably pretty great. That would be my guess. But again, that could be way off.
All right. Fair enough. Okay.
Who's Mr. or Mrs. Irrelevant?
Well, see, the funny thing about this is I think that you said that Tomasz was being disrespected. And you know what? I do like Spaniards, BK. And I trust my friends Pelayo Menendez, Fernandez, and Elena Rucachaz, and they say that Emilio Aguayo is back to being healthy, and so I am buying that stock. Give me Emilio Aguayo. He was not healthy in Hamburg. He was honest about not being healthy. He got hurt or suffered some form of injury down in Cape Town. But before that, he won Berlin. So regardless of what you think about the time in Berlin,
Day 2 also, right?
Yeah, he won it overall. He also took 4th in London and ran a 54.58. Frankfurt, not his best effort, but I'm willing to look past that. He has raced in an elite race. And I think, he's kind of another guy that tough race, good race, tough race, good race. He just had a tough race. I think it's a good race. And he is the 3, 6, 10. He's the 14th man off the board.
One guy
left.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think Emilio's taken. I don't think he's taken.
You counted
14th.
Up to get to that number, huh?
Yeah, instead of 15.
Yeah, I started looking to the right. Yeah, I didn't look to the right. I was looking at the top left corner. So I told you my brain is not. Guys, I'm in a sunroom right now that is not heated. It is -7 outside. You can't see it, but when I go like that, I can see my breath. And I've been out here for an hour. So
sounds like a race brain freeze.
I can't feel my toes. All right. We're going to read off our teams. BK, want to kick us off?
Joanna, Rich, James, Jonathan, Seka, Melanie, and Manuela. This right here is a squad.
All right. My team: Alexander Ronkovich, Emily Dahman, Cole Learn, Lena Putters, Sean Noble, Charlie Searle, and Gabriella Moriarty.
I've got
Jack?
Lauren Weeks, Josh Van Zeeland, Charlie Bottrill, Jess Petro, Ellie Stenfers, Alan Plo, and Tomasz Tverdik.
And this team may not win, but there is a snowball's chance in hell that they're scoring more than 50 points. Give me the hybrid raccoon, Dylan Scott, Vivian Tafuto, the reigning world champion, Linda Meyer, the sub 30 10K Luke Greer, the Aussie, Gabrielle Nicora Baker. I actually think that she's a Kiwi. But the other Kiwi, Bo Wills, and then Emilio Aguayo. All right, Jack, I know you mentioned you had a hard stop. When is that hard stop?
Like my friend should be here as we speak. I just haven't checked my phone. We're watching the Patriots.
Okay. I was going to say, do you have 5 minutes to talk about doubles? No drafting.
He has not texted me that he's here. Sure. Real quick.
Okay.
But I might pop
All right.
off.
All right. We got a couple of storylines this weekend that I think are worth watching. I'm curious if everybody picks one, what sticks out to them. We have the return of Rich Leo. They are back. They are racing. We don't know anything else other than that. We just know that Rich says that they're racing. We haven't seen much of Pelayo. He did a doubles with a friend. I don't think we've seen him race since. We also have Jake and Hunter teaming up on the men's side. And I'm trying to think. Jack Driscoll, Ryan Douglas, big supporters of Race Brain, making their Elite 15 doubles debut. BK, if you've got a message for either of those two boys, they are avid listeners. I'm sure they would love your well wishes.
Well, I have a message. We have 2 Elite 15 men who are dogging the regular race to run doubles. Please ruin their weekend.
Please. I think we all know who BK is talking about. And then
Hunter and Jake.
And then on the women's side, we finally get to see Lauren Weeks. We said last time, is there a super team that can beat Joanna and Jess Petro? We're going to find out because Lauren Weeks and Vivian Tafuto are towing the line after making their debut in the Couve, Vancouver. And then we've been begging, clamoring for these athletes to get a shot on the Elite 15 stage. We want to see him in solos, but we're going to get to see him in doubles. Michelle's friend and ours, Kat Fossbender, and Morgan Scholes, also friends with Michelle and BK, training with the Scotty boys up in Milwaukee. And then we've also got BK's arch nemesis, Chris Rogloski, is racing as well. Of these storylines. Oh, actually, and we have another new team into the Elite 15 doubles. We have Gloria Corbetta and Camila Massa, who have put it down a very fast time making their Elite 15 debut. I'll just go around the horn really quick. BK, when you hear all those names, which storyline sticks out to you?
Well, the one that tugs at my heart would be Rich Lio. Like, this is the last dance. World politics.
If they're gonna get a world championship, it has to be this year.
Yeah. Politics have dictated that we cannot cross boundaries anymore.
Stupid.
So, it's great.
We're too early. We're too early.
Another world championship that allows partners or teams to cross nationalities.
You don't listen to other podcasts. Spoiler alert. I'm going to be on RMR this week, and Rich and I talked about this, and Rich actually made a really good analogy. The Olympics is the Olympics, but HYROX is the NBA. So Luka can play for the Dallas Mavericks, but he can't play for Team USA.
You can't choose a ball sport. That's not the way
Sure
to
he can.
It's like the All-Star game.
Why can't he?
Why? Because then you can find anything to suit your argument, which I support. Just not
Tour de France. Tour de France right there. Team up different nations.
Yeah.
And why do they wear their flag during the Open?
Yeah, BK. Yeah, BK. I keep going.
You can't advertise the flag on day one and then say it doesn't
matter.
Talk
about Rich Leo.
Rich Leo? I mean, they're the greatest of all time. They set the standard at the beginning, and they're still the standard, I believe. And we've had some new names coming up, but they're back together. We don't know how fit Pelayo is, but the Last Dance is a strong, powerful thing. You just can't beat their chemistry. Oh, I want to see it.
One more question for you, BK, before I kick it over to Michelle. Are you okay? Your background is all Pumas. That is so not like you.
This is HYROX special. This is Puma carbon fiber throughout the years.
Have you worn the top? Have you run them? Do you like them?
at a certain you have to run a certain pace or stride for that baby to work.
Yeah,
They are fast.
So we're talking
when they work.
We're not. We're talking about fast running. Fast running. All right, Michelle. When you look, of which I am not. Michelle, when you look at the storylines, which one sticks out to you?
We finally get to see Kat and Morgan get their debut. I am pumped for them. It's going to be sick. That's it.
This is your first and third place finishers in age group overall at Worlds in Chicago. And Morgan's been, Kat's been working too, but I've got firsthand accounts. Morgan has been working. There are rumors that there are some people coming in to drop out athletics in Milwaukee and working out and leaving. And then another person is coming in 2 or 3 hours later, and Morgan is still just getting after it. We're talking about some serious volume going down in Milwaukee.
Morgan can never be accused of not working. That's never been her issue.
Yeah.
She's a workhorse.
All right, Jack, your storyline for the doubles.
Can Rich Leo end up beating a fresh Hunter and Jake? My opinion. I think that
Bracken they're the world record holders.
I know that. I'm saying, yeah, but there are a lot of question marks about Pelayo's health, and then Rich is going to be coming off of a race a day before because it's only one day. It's Thursday and Friday, right?
Yes.
Yes, and
but
like a fresh doubles team who have. We talk about not having chemistry. Jake and Hunter have spent a lot of time around each other the past few weeks. I'm sure they are dialed in at the moment and won't have fatigue on their legs from the day before.
But if he is to be believed, the reason why Hunter is racing doubles and not racing solos is because he smashed his knee on a sled. And in his words, not mine, he is only able to go hard one day and then he has to recover for 5. So he's dealing with some type of injury, contusion to the knee. And I know that they've been training hard, but Rich Leo is going to take him out. And by take him out, I mean, they're going to take him out hard. So they're going to have to be on their A game. Yeah, they're going to have to be on their A game. So we'll see. I cannot believe that nobody as a storyline named Lauren Weeks and Vivian Tafuto after putting that blazing time down in Vancouver going up against Joanna and Jess, who are the undisputed best right now on the women's side. That is going to be fireworks. We'll quickly go around the horn. BK,
I've got to drop off. I heard a doorbell.
So. All right, fine. Jack,
Later,
real quick. Jack,
yes.
before you go, your winners on the men's and women's double side, then you can bounce.
All right, I'll go Rich Leo, and I'll also go Lauren and Vivian.
BK.
And the Patriots.
Hi, Jack.
See ya.
Hunter and Jake. And yeah, I'm going to take Lauren and Vivian as well.
Michelle.
Yeah, I think Lauren and Vivian may be the ones to beat here. And got to go Rich Pelayo.
I am going to zig when people think that I'm going to zag. On the men's side, I think we're going to have an upset. Give me the Carolina boys, Dylan Scott and Steven Pelkoffer, dropping a sub 50, shocking the world. And then on the women's side, I never bet against Lauren Weeks. Give me Lauren Weeks and Vivian Tafuto. I still think that world record is nasty on a regular course. Not clear, not clean. I think that's insane.
Without the push of competition too, like
without the push of competition and Vivian's first time, I believe, running pro doubles. So she's got experience now.
Fine. Give me Kat and Morgan on the females.
There you go. There you go.
All right, BK, what do we got on TRP this week?
Oh, I don't know. Honestly, we are having a Training Tuesday series kickoff, but we have not decided which topic kicks it off. And so you just have to tune in to find out. And Kirk is involved now 100% with arranging interviews. So unless I already have it in my calendar, I don't even know what we have coming this weekend.
Did I see correctly that at the ripe old age of 42 that he just set a 5K PR?
When by just?
Like recently, like within like the last like month or two.
No.
Did he not just post that he set a PR?
I think this year he set a post-college PR.
Oh, post-college PR.
Yeah, he ran like 15:12 or 15:14 or something. Solo time trial.
Okay.
But what's really
All right.
happening this week, Thursday, Matt? Going to see Hamilton. Broadway's coming to Milwaukee. Lisa Crocker's
Love
birthday.
that.
Happy 40th, Lisa.
Love that. And then
rock
in the world of
behind TRP.
In the world of Michelle Navarro, Michelle, what's on the docket for baking of bread this week? And what's on the docket for painting this week?
Yeah, I was going to say sourdough starters currently being risen. Got to wait for that.
Can you travel with bread to Phoenix? Because if so, I would love a sourdough.
That is literally why I'm making it. I am making bagels to bring, as well as maybe some Pop-Tarts. They were really good last time I made them. So we'll see.
Pop-Tarts?
Well, yes.
Michelle is a baker.
We keep things interesting over here.
It's pastry week.
It is pastry week for sure. And yeah, still working on this guy, but got some snow in there because it's been
That's
snowing.
you, right?
Yes.
That's nice. Nice. All right, Michelle, I will see you in Phoenix. BK, I will not, right? When do you race again, BK? What's next on BK's race docket?
Well, Kirk and I both got into the lottery for the Superior Spring 50K, so that's the next official race. May 16th.
I mean this with all due respect. Can your body withstand a 50K right now, BK?
I mean this with all sincerity. I don't know. I bought a new treadmill yesterday.
Nice. What'd you get?
Wow. All right.
I got a manual treadmill.
Did you get an Assault or did you get a
Neither.
Different.
I got the True Grit Runner. The display. I walked into Dick's to get shoes for Ayla, and they had a 50% off display model. I walked out with the treadmill.
Walked out with a treadmill.
Yeah.
nice?
I ran
I'm
on it
so
and thought,
torn.
oh, this isn't terrible. Let's do it.
I'm so torn on Assaults or just manual treadmills because I run on some and they feel like running through quicksand, and then I run on others and they are so unbelievably fast.
Yeah. So
I hate treadmills.
the True Grit Runner, who I have no affiliation with, has lesser build quality, but they have a engagement of resistance. And so you can actually change a level of resistance. They have 6 levels. And so that's kind of why I got this one, because you can set it to what feels right that day.
Yeah. All right. All right, gang. We did it. As always, let us know where we got it right, where we got it wrong. I cannot wait to see B-Stud King just absolutely destroy us in the YouTube comments with why we are wrong and how he can't trust Jack. It's the favorite part of my week. Dawson, I will not keep your name out of my mouth. For the rest of you, if you see us in Phoenix, hit us up. We're all going to be there. Rich is going to be there. Michelle's going to be there. Jack's going to be there. I'm going to be there. We're going to be hanging.
Find a flight. Take
Yeah, we actually-
Phoenix for a
BK's
birthday.
got to show up.
Man, that's what I'm saying. All right, squad. We out.